How's it going, everyone? And we're back at it with another Cycles Frontier story time. Oh. Anyway, yeah, what I was saying before I wanted to kill those two guys was we're back at it with another Cycles Frontier storyline. And today's story is the story about how I actually watched the first Scream movie. Pretty sure it's the first Scream movie. Anyway. Well, at this moment in time, I was living in Florida in about first year of middle school or elementary, fifth year. I think it was my fifth grade year in elementary school. So it was right before I was about to go into middle school. And at this time, I had a couple friends in Florida that loved to go do stuff that was borderline illegal, but like not illegal at the same time. There was a fence. There was like this park in Florida that was basically a park for everyone to go to. It was near a bunch of houses, and it was near a big canal. And so all the other houses near this house were basically canal houses, like lake houses, but basically just canals. So they had boats, they had docks, they had all sorts of stuff, basically making it so they could have a pseudo beach house. And we one day, hold on, what the fuck? Oh, this is not good. Oh god. Okay, anyway. Good lord. We anyway figured out that the walls to these houses weren't that big. I would say even small enough to hop over with the help from a couple friends. So one day we decided today's the day, we're gonna hop over the houses. We went and we did it. We went to this house like any other day, and we boosted the first guy. He got up and over. And once he was up, he helped a couple other people get up and over these houses. And once we all got over, we fast realized that we had jumped over the, and we thought these were like nice houses, like nice houses on the beach, but we didn't realize that they were actual like mansions. Like the distance from the beach to the house wasn't like a few feet. It was like a whole courtyard. There was fountains, there was a giant ass patio, there was just a bunch of shit in this house that we were like, oh, this is pretty gnarly. And we were kids, we were more excited, and we didn't really think about that we were breaking laws of trespassing. So we decided to keep going along the beach, and once you pass over that initial wall, a lot of these people who own these houses are kind of in the same mindset of don't fuck with my neighbors kind of thing. So a lot of them don't really have any more fences because this wall that bordered the public, the poor people from the rich people, was like massive. It was like when I say massive, it was thick. It was a thick concrete wall that you couldn't really go around, and you couldn't really climb over super easily, unless you're a bunch of kids who know how to climb trees and have friends. And so we ended up figuring out how to climb over the trees and hopped over. There was like 5 of us. And so basically, is once we got over the tree, we had basically free range to go up and down the canal behind these houses, like in these rich people's backyards. So that's what we did for like a good few hours. We eventually ended up walking down the canal and just making our way and exploring and fucking around, kind of like, you know what I mean, like hopping in the water. And eventually we came across this one house that actually had it. Like some of them did have docks and some of them didn't have docks. And so we was like 20 houses down after we'd been walking for like a good 15 minutes. We saw a dock that seemed like pretty cool. We were like, all right, let's think it's about time to like jump in. And we were jumping in and playing around, doing, you know, stupid kid shit, doing flips, saying stupid shit, jumping off the things. And one of our friends finds this gas canister, like actual like boat gas. And we're all like, oh, that's funny, cool, go gas. Wouldn't it be funny if I drank it kind of shit? No, we didn't actually drink it. And then one of our friends was like, guess what I'm about to do? And we were like, what are you going to do? And he was like, I'm going to pour it in the water. And then all of us kind of were like, that's pollution. Like, what are you doing? He's like, no, there's no way I just hit that. There's actually no way I just fucking hit that. That was crazy. Anyway, There's no... I'm sorry. That's the first kill I've gotten in this game. And I just had to take it a moment to appreciate that. Anyway, let's do Strong Stim. Where was I? Yeah, he decides to take the gas and throw it, like dump it, just start dumping it. And it's like a full, like, those like red ones that you see in like movies and shit, and like people put in their cars. It's like 5 gallons, I think, of gas. Maybe it's 2 to 3 gallons. Anyway, it's a lot of gas. And he starts dumping it. Like, not just like trickling, like he starts dumping it into the fucking ocean. And we're like, dude, stop doing that. You idiot. And by the time we had gotten to him and like made him stop, he had dumped already like half the gallon into the ocean. We were like, what the hell's wrong with you? And then also we couldn't jump in because the gas like spread around the dock. So every time we would have jumped in, we would have like got covered in this fucking gas from this guy being a stupid idiot. So we ended up being like, oh man. And as we were getting like mad at him, getting ready to leave, this lady comes running out of her house. I guess she had saw us. Like, I have a couple theories. She either saw us playing on her dock, didn't really mind until he started dumping the gas in the water, and then flipped her shit. Because obviously we were flipping our shit. We're like, dude, that's not cool. Everyone with a brain cell knows that that's not cool. You shouldn't be dumping gas. Oh, perfect. Actually need to go. You shouldn't be dumping gas in the fucking canal. We already have enough pollution problems as it is. It's just not a good idea. And if you're going to be in people's backyards, don't be disrespecting and polluting their backyard. Like, come on. And so she comes running out at like full speed, and she makes it to about like her porch and her like the edge of her lawn, because she doesn't really want to get close to us. She just wants to intimidate us. She's not going to beat the shit out of us. But she's like, you damn kids, get off my dock. I'm calling the cops right now. I'm going to get you. You're all going to get locked up. And we're like, oh, fuck. So some of us run on the dock back to the shore. Some of us like are in the water. Because like we started jumping. Like, one of us was still in the water because one of us was in the water when the guy was dumping gas. So he just proceeded to swim to the shore, and we all dipped in. At this point, it was like kind of cloudy, but we didn't realize that there was any problem with it, like even seeming to like it was gonna rain. But we just, after running for 5 minutes, being like, holy shit, we gotta go. We're gonna get the cops calling us. It started to rain, and I don't mean like California rain where it kind of like, oh, it sprinkles, look at that, or like Arizona rain where it's like, oh, well, actually Arizona rain's pretty gnarly. I'm trying to think of a place that anyway, it wasn't like a light sprinkle. It was like a, oh fuck, this is rain, like it's coming down, like because I was in Florida, we get hurricanes in Florida, and so we couldn't just be out in the middle of the rain. We didn't think we could, and so we were like, you know what, this could be just like a 5-minute rain, because that's what happens in Florida. It rains for like 5 minutes pretty hard, and then it just stops because that's summertime. And we were like, all right, we found like a kind of like a tree that has a canopy that goes over like kind of into the water, and it's kind of hidden. So we decided to just hide out there for like 20 minutes. I think it was a certain amount of time, but we were definitely there for not a short amount of time, but not a long amount of time. We were there, I would say, I'm just gonna go with a strong 20 minutes. We were there for about 20 minutes, just kind of chit chat and be like, well, that was crazy. I mean, it was a lot of fun until like fucking dumb shit over here decided to put gas in the lake, and we ended up making our way back. After we were sitting there, we were like, it's not coming down, we just gotta go for it. So we ended up we were already like kind of soaked at this point, but our shirts were still dry. But at this point, it had started coming down. We were all soaked. Our shirts were soaked. Our shoes were soaked. Everything was soaked. We were covered in water, and we were like, all right, we might as well just make our way back. So after a long time of just kind of walking back, making our way back to the wall, we looked around, we hopped back over the wall, and as usual, we were just like, shit. And so it's still raining. So one's like, hey guys, let's just come over to my house. We can chill out there. We're kind of worried about the threat of getting the cops called on us. So like, hey, let's just go over to his house. We'll just wait it out there until we're like in 5th grade. Hearing the I'm gonna call the cops. We're like, oh no, I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna go to juvie. I can't do this, dude. I can't survive. We were freaking out. We were paranoid. At one point, later in the story, it gets a little, not gnarlier, but in our minds it gets gnarlier. Anyway, so we go to a friend's house, and we proceed just to hang out there for a little bit. And the rain starts to let off, as I said, by the time we get to his house, because his house is like not close. It's like another 20 minutes from the park. So it took us about, from the dock to back to the guy's house, it took us about 40 minutes to get home, which isn't really a short amount of time. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Fuck. Anyway, let me kill this guy. Yikes, big yikes. We're gonna have to fucking medkit time. Anyway, so 40 minutes after being at the docks, I told the story earlier, where we basically just ended up making it back to our friend's house. And we chilled out there for like a good 5 minutes, got dry, borrowed, I don't know, I actually don't think, I think we just dried off a little bit until we were damp and we felt like we could walk around without dripping. So we ended up going on another adventure, because we weren't done adventuring for that day. And my buddy was like, oh hey, there's actually an abandoned house, like 2-3 blocks away. I'm pretty sure nobody lives there. It's been abandoned for the longest time, and why don't we go over there and like hang out and like just like I don't know, fuck around. And we were like, all right, sounds like I guess enough. It has been enough crime for today. So we ended up heading over there and seeing the thing, and for a little bit we're like doing like delinquent shit. We're like looking at it. We start throwing rocks at the house because it's abandoned. It's not in good shape, so. It's like how much worse could it get at this point? It's already like abandoned, broken down. Like there are already windows broken. And so we just decided whatever. It's not too big of a deal if we break some more in this. So we start testing our aim, being like, oh, I bet I can hit that window and you can't, kind of bullshit. And we start throwing rocks at this window. And eventually one of them's like, hey, wait, I think I see a way in. So we go in, make our way in, and we're looking around, and it looks like totally abandoned. Homeless people have been there. It's been raided. It's been we actually end up finding a crack pipe at one point, and this is the first time I've ever seen a crack pipe. And someone's like, yo, that's a crack pipe, and it had like the resin on it, it had the bulb, the tip, and everything. And we're like, holy shit. Someone's like, yo, that's crazy. Drugs are bad, and then threw it against the wall. And I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not wrong. Drugs like cocaine and shit are bad. Don't be smoking drugs and shit. But I think breaking it was a little on the line. I mean, we already broke glass, but at that point it was like, come on, we've already been doing so much shit. We don't need. Oh god damn it! Fuck! How do I get myself out of this situation? I really hope a player doesn't come by and just like absolutely fuck me up. Anyway, I'm gonna get a safe spot and run away from these fucking things because I would rather not fight these right now. Please, oh, get off me, bro. Fuck! Wait. Bitch. Anyway, what was I saying? Fucking breaking glass. Yeah, we were breaking glass. He threw the it's not the same guy, but it's a different guy who decided to pour the gas in the fucking ocean. It was a similar guy. I think they were brothers. Decided to throw the glass pipe because they're like, yeah, fuck it. Drugs are bad. I was like, oh god, okay, I think that's about enough. And as we're leaving, we have another person come out and be like, oh, what are you doing, kids? This is illegal. You can't be on this. That's trespassing. I'm gonna call the cops. So then another threat of calling cops. That's the second one of the day. We were like, fuck. Goddamn. Fucking hell, dude. I can't get away from these guys. And that's the second one of the day. So we're like, fuck, you know what? We gotta go. Because clearly we're the FBI's most wanted at this point. We're Buffalo Bill style of FBI's most wanted. We gotta go. And so we start booking it, and as we're booking it home, we're, like I said, it's not close. So I guess I keep using the term 20 minutes away, but yeah, it was about 15 minutes away from his house. We start booking it, and so we make it there in about 10 minutes. But while we're running away, we start hearing just a chopper fly over, and I honestly think it was, to this day, I think it was a weather chopper. But someone got it in my head that it was the cops because we trespassed. We trespassed, and so they called the cops, and with enough cop calls, they thought it was necessary to bring in the big boys, the choppers, which is a goofy thought, because it's not, if anything, they're going to just have cops going around being like, there's some kids trespassing, just kind of tell them, smack them on the wrist, tell them it's not okay, kind of bullshit. But there's never going to be like, it's fucking, get SEALs Team 6 on there for some kids trespassing. But we thought that, so we were dead. We were like, we gotta go, dude. We gotta go in hiding. We gotta find out. We gotta make it. Where do we go? Who lives closest? And of course, we figured that out. We were just panicking. We went to the guy's house that we went to the first time, and the parents were like, "Oh, how's it going? How are you doing?" And we're like, "Oh no, we're good." Kind of being like, we didn't want to tell them that we just broke into a place, but we're like, "Oh yeah, we're good." And someone was like, as we were walking through the door, my buddy goes, "Don't say a fucking word. We didn't do anything." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm all shaking in my little fifth grade 11-year-old boots, like, oh, well, not fifth, that's not fifth grade, maybe 12, 10 to 12-year-old boots, like, oh fuck dude, I don't want to get SWAT called on me. And eventually when we make it back inside, we're trying to figure out what to do, and the movie Saw is on, and that is kind of the story how I ended up watching the first Saw movie, because I didn't want to leave my buddy's house because I was afraid that I was going to get picked up by the FBI. Anyway, it was a good movie. It was this movie where the guy Jigsaw, the guy puppeting the Jigsaw, is like running down an alley. Oh, not an alley, like a corridor of a house, and he jumps over a tripwire, and then one of the cops trips on the tripwire, and a shotgun blows his brains out. Anyway, it's that one. If you know which one that is, I think it's 1 or 2. Anyway, that's the story of how I actually watched the first Saw movie. Thank you so much for joining. If you enjoyed the story, feel free to give the video a good like, and I should be trying to put one of these out a day, and I hope you come back. Have a good day.